right, we'll call to order the Board of Education regular meeting. It's Monday, April 8th at 7 p.m. The Board of Education makes available at least one current copy of the Open Meetings Act, which is posted on the west wall of the meeting room and accessible to members of the public. Will you please stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance with me?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll start with our consent agenda. Do I have a motion, please?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 approve the consent agenda as presented, including approval of minutes of the regular Board of Education meeting on March 11th, 2024, approval of the proposed accounts for payment, approval of budgetary receipts and expenditures for March 2024, approval of Committee of the Whole minutes for March 28th, 2024, approval of option students, approval of resignations of Brenda Meyer, kindergarten at Lincoln, Lauren Moncrief, 2nd grade at Paddock Lane, Rebecca Meager, 5th grade at Stoddard, Faith Volkelman, middle school social studies, and Emily Iverson, high school special education. Approval of contracts for 24-25, Jason Yelkin, elementary, Nicole Kelsey, middle school counselor. Approval of policy, third reading, regulation 4110.1, advancement on salary schedule, and 4110.3, tuition reimbursement.
Okay, thank you, Doris. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Jason, do you have a treasurer's report?
Treasurer's report, payroll for the month of March was $1,772,407.17. Bills and expenses were $864,137.26, which brought the total expenditures for the month to $2,636,544.43.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Would also like to add in the motion excuse the absence of Lisa Pieper.
Yes, please.
Okay. Are there any items that the board would like to remove from the consent agenda for further discussion? All right, seeing none, can I have your votes, please? And motion passes. Next up, recognition. We will start with Employee of the Month, Mrs. Timmerman.
Did a lousy job with the surprise. Teresa, would you like to come up? So, Miss Tree's party is our April Employee of the Month. I'm going to do this without crying. I know I can do it. She just stands right there. There are so many wonderful things that we have to say about Teresa and how hard she works for our school. Even though Teresa is the hub of our school, it's the little things that she does daily to make our environment amazing. Teresa truly is the jack of all trades that has made our school work so well. She has the ability to answer the phone, answer the door, help someone fix a coat, fix a sink, unclog a toilet, help clean up from a bloody nose, welcome a visitor, all before 8:30. Teresa transitioned from Cedar Elementary into Beatrice Community Preschool. I know it was scary and it was unknown, but she stood beside me and helped to make our school a family. She carried on the fun traditions from Cedar, dressing as an elf, being a thing one, maybe breaking your elbow, dressing for a witch for Halloween, and helped to start new traditions along the way. She has helped make all of my crazy ideas into realities. Throughout the years at preschool, Miss Teresa truly has welcomed the "we are" family value. She helps students and families daily. She sewed all of our cot sheets so we could save money. She helps do bulletin boards, and more importantly, she keeps me sane. Even calling to make sure I'm okay and that I've eaten. She truly knows what people need and wants everyone to be successful. With the recent changes in the principal roles and having different administrations in our building, Teresa has not hesitated to keep things running smoothly. She has ensured adequate coverage for buses, even riding when there's no one to ride, which she does a ton. Teresa helps to move staff so classrooms have people in them when we're short-staffed. She fields the frustrations, hugs, and tears that happen throughout our school. Teresa's helped out our kitchen when we're short-staffed with new requirements, counting milks and silverware, food that's left over. Our hallways are always decorated to reflect the season and holidays because of her festive touch. These are just a few of the things that Teresa does while she does her daily duties. Teresa greets students, parents, staff, and visitors with a smile and makes every attempt to do what she can to make their day as pleasant as possible. She's a listening ear for staff and a guiding voice for our youngest learners. Sometimes it's not what is seen that makes all the difference in someone. Some days it's what is seen what truly makes a difference in someone's life. So thank you, Teresa, for all you do. Our school is so lucky to have you. I'm lucky to have you. And we are so excited to make the transition to a new school and make some fun new memories. We would like to congratulate Miss Teresa Party, April's I want to do a picture.
Oh, good, you get to be in it.
Not really. Thank you. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Teresa.
Thank you.
All right, next up is our business for the month, Dr. Nelson.
Okay, perfect. Tonight, we have Jeannie Jimnick, if you would like to come up. We would like to recognize Premier Chevrolet as the business friend of the month. So Premier Chevrolet has been sponsor of many of our activities and events at the Atchison Public Schools for many years. Each year, they help with donations for the Homecoming Community Pep Rally and so much more. This winter, Premier Chevrolet helped us with a top-tier sponsorship as well as sponsored the hors d'oeuvres for the John Cook event, which was a fundraiser for the new elementary school. And I know that that was a fantastic event that many people attended and said it was amazing as well. This was a terrific meet and greet with Coach Cook and a speech the whole community had the opportunity to attend. Most recently, Premier Chevrolet donated $1,000 to the preschool playground at the new elementary school. Premier Chevrolet continues to support other endeavors throughout the year, not only with generous monetary donations, but also oil changes, car care kits, and so much more, as we know those teens need at the high school. Additionally, this summer, Premier has approached the art department to help UNL art students to paint the mural at their building this summer. So they are continuing to find ways to reach out, because it's not just about the monetary donations, but it's also about finding ways to connect the school to the community. So we truly thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a wonderful partner. Yes, Eric has a
We'll get a picture too.
So you have to be by yourself.
Thank you.
I just don't know which camera to look at though.
All right, thank you, Premier. Next up, Nebraska ASD Friend of Autism, Ms. Cordra Hoekstra.
Okay, unlike Missy who can read and not cry, I can't, so I'm just gonna give you the nomination that was read. It's just one page, so I'm just gonna take it.
Yep.
So, Dr. Noble was recognized at this year's Nebraska Autism Spectrum Network Conference. And of all the people in the entire state of Nebraska, Dr. Noble received the Friend of Autism Award for 2024. In part for, well, all of the amazing things that she does for our district, but she was instrumental in implementing PFA SPT, which is skills-based training, for some of our students with autism who have some significant behavioral struggles, and because of her support and training and actually dedicated time every single day, we've seen a significant decrease in behavioral aggressive, challenging behavior, and then also an increase in productivity. And the student's just been very, very successful with her assistance of implementing this program, and we've actually now implemented it in all building levels. So we've expanded it out to more students, so we're hoping to see this similar successes. But in addition to that, I mean, she works many, many hours and is just the kindest, most considerate, student-focused person, and we're just so thankful to have you. And everyone back here that attended, they also nominated you, and they have something for you too. So, anyway, she's holding her award that she was presented with. So, thank you. And I hope you guys do take the time to read the nomination. It was very touching and very well deserved, and we're just so fortunate to have you in our district. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Noble, and congratulations. All right, next up is the information portion. We will start with student update. Maddie.
The preschool will be celebrating the Week of the Young Child this week. The Week of the Young Child is a time to recognize that children's opportunities are our responsibility and to recommit ourselves to ensuring that each and every child experiences the type of early environment at home, at childcare, at school, and in the community that will promote their early learning. We will celebrate Music Monday, Tasty Tuesday, Work Together Wednesday, Artsy Thursday, and Family Friday. At Lincoln and Stoddard, students are preparing to take the end of the year test to show the great growth that is happening. Teachers and students are excited for upcoming field trips and events. At Paddock Lane, it is going to be a busy place for the next few weeks. NSCADs and MAPS testing will be taking place throughout the month of April. April 11th, the middle school counselors and administration will be visiting the 5th grade students, and on May 9th, our 5th graders will visit the middle school. 1st grade will be visiting the hospital during the week of April 8th, and 3rd grade will have a fun day with a trip to the park followed by roller skating at the Roll Arena. The first 2 weeks of May will be very busy with field trips for 3rd graders, a picnic and trip to the zoo for kindergarten, 2nd grade finishing swim lessons and taking a trip to the children's zoo, Walk the Track Day on May 7th, and Track and Field Day on May 10th. 4th grade is still finalizing their plans. Our final week will close with the 5th graders having their recognition day on May 17th. The Beatrice Middle School will begin NSCAS assessments this week. Last week they had a successful courage retreat with their 7th graders. Students participated in various games, activities, and character building discussions. Dates have been selected for 5th and 8th grade transition visits. At the high school, National Honor Society is hosting a food drive class competition. This started April 2nd and ends April 11th. Another class competition is Penny Wars, which started today and ends the 12th. The National Honor Society induction ceremony is Friday, April 12th, and prom is April 13th. The baseball team competes in the Trailblazer Conference Championship this week and will travel to Platteview on Tuesday. On April 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st, BHS theater students will be performing Anne of Green Gables. Today, students across the district were able to experience a partial eclipse with glasses donated by parents and the homestead. Teachers created lessons and activities to help students understand this cool event.
All right, thank you, Maddie. Next up, Committee of the Whole, Mrs. Martin.
The Committee of the Whole meeting was held on Thursday, March 28th. Mr. Brown shared that Diller Odell approached the district about the potential for a co-op for the 2025-26 season for baseball. We then heard a strategic planning update. Mrs. Repogel from Elementary noted that subcommittees have been working hard to plan for the new school and ensuring there are strong systems in place to support all staff and students. Mr. Hickey from the middle school provided an update on the middle school's goals, the steps taken, and the outcomes of such, including recruiting highly qualified teachers to replace anticipated retirements. They have already successfully hired 6 of 8 prior to Christmas break. They developed grade level meetings to discuss student academic, behavioral, and mental health needs and redesigned the master schedule to support student needs. In addition, they decreased minor and major behavioral infractions from the previous school year. We then, Dr. Nielsen presented us with some perceptual data, shared that high reliability perceptual school survey was administered during the fall semester, and that the survey focused on Level 1 and Level 2 of the HRS model. Level 1 focuses on safe, supportive, and collaborative cultures, while Level 2 focuses on effective teaching in every classroom. Areas of success within Level 2 are that students enjoy the teachers at our schools and teachers are using the same language from class to teach. Areas of growth include providing job-embedded professional development aligned to teacher goals, and providing opportunities for teachers to observe and discuss effective teaching practices. She then shared that the district had 2 accreditation visits during the month of February, Cognia for the high school and any frameworks for the elementary and middle schools. She noted that the visits went very well and all buildings have been recommended for accreditation. Dr. Nielsen then shared that Food for Hope is seeking permission to utilize part of the preschool property to host a series of community events this summer, and that the district has been working with Alacap Insurance to ensure that all proper steps are taken and coverage is in place. That ends my report.
Okay, thank you, Doris. Next up, stance report. Jason?
Okay, so in front of you, there is a legislative update as of 4/8/2024. Basically, that's today. There were some things that finished up on Friday that I tried to include in this. Just a quick once over. There's basically 3 packages coming out of the Education Committee that have several bills attached to them. So the first one is LB 1329 and contains 6 other bills. That package has been out, it's been debated on the floor, it's in select file. It also includes Bill 673, 855, 962, 1012, and 1339, and 1385 is amended. The second package is LB 1284, which, if you remember, was the funding for the computer science technology mandate that came out 2 years ago. And under it, there are also several bills attached: 964, 985, 986, 1005, 1014, 1050, 1238, 1253, and 1254. Those are all included in your report, but in basic summations of those. The question with 1284 is, will there be the funds to fund the computer education mandate that came out? And that is where a lot of the jostling and negotiating is taking place in the legislature right now. The third package, I'm not going to read off the bills because it's still in committee and has not come out yet. There are some standalone bills that came out. One came out last week, as you saw, the 575 Senator Cost Spaces and Places bill, which was highly talked about in the news and in the media, so I'm not going to go into too much depth about it, but it was debated late last week and fell short of the votes needed to pass. So it did not pass this year, likely to come up again next year. Starting tomorrow, we anticipate LB 1402, that's Linehan's bill to directly appropriate $25 million of tax funds to scholarships for private schools, will be debated on the legislative floor as well. So there's a lot left in this is the final week of debate on the floor this week, so it'll be an interesting week, and it's all publicized on Nebraska Public TV if you get a chance to watch it.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Next up, Americanism Committee Report. Brandon.
The Americanism Committee met on March 11th, 2024 and is providing updates for the public on April 8th, 2024. Our K-12 social studies teachers have been busy this year ensuring our curriculum is aligned to the state standards, as well as ensuring students have the opportunity to dive deeper into the concepts and ideas. K-12 social studies teachers are continuing to work through their standards to ensure the standards are aligned with our current curriculum. Additionally, teachers are spending time focusing on priority standards and pushing students to understand key concepts. K-12 has continued to work to align the resources this year to the state standards, given this is the second year of adoption of the resource. The social studies curriculum devotes time to include and stress the contributions of all ethnic groups to the development and growth of America and a great nation, to the military contributions to the development and growth of the nation, and to the contributions to art, music, education, medicine, literature, science, politics, and government of the nation. The recorded board meetings were watched during government classes. Classes spent time discussing how school board function and the roles of school board members, as well as comparing it to the function of other local and state boards. This has continued and has offered students the opportunity to really evaluate the process through discussion. It has become a great learning experience for our students. Beatrice Public Schools continues to meet the standards of the Americanism Bill of LB 399.
Okay, thank you. Next up is public forum citizens' requests for comments. I did not receive any requests to speak tonight, so we'll move on to the action portion. We will start with approval of co-op with Diller Odell for baseball. Do I have a motion, please?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 approve a co-op with Diller Odell for baseball beginning with the 2024-25 school year.
Okay, we have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Brandon. Mr. Alexander, anything to add from the committee of the whole meeting?
No, not anything that has developed recently. Basically tonight, we'll approve, I think, Diller Odell once upon our approval, we'll approve as well, and then the planning process will start for the coming season, the 2025 season.
I do want to mention one question that I asked Mr. Brown during the committee of the whole was, would this change or adjust our classification for baseball? And he indicated no. I know that was a comment that was out in the public, so we would still remain Class B.
Correct.
With baseball. Any other comments, discussion on the co-op? All right, seeing none, can I have your votes, please? And motion passes. Okay, next up, approval of hiring of Philip Voigt, high school principal for the 24-25 school year. Do I have a motion, please?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 approve the hiring of Philip Voigt as the high school principal for the upcoming 2024-25 school year.
Okay, we have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Eric. Anything to add to that, Mr. Alexander?
No, I just want to say thank you to Mr. Suter for his years of service, and as the search commenced and candidates applied and were selected to interview. We interviewed 2 external and 1 internal candidate with a team of 5 administrators and 6 teachers. At the conclusion of that, we got together and we talked about strengths and weaknesses. We talked about what we saw for the future of Beatrice High School, and it was a unanimous decision that Mr. Voigt be offered the contract. So we're excited about that. We're excited that Mr. Suter has had a chance to work with him closely in the past 5 years, and now we look forward to the future with Mr. Voigt at the helm.
Okay, thank you. Any questions, comments from the board? All right, seeing none, can I have your votes, please? And motion passes. Next up, discuss, consider, and take all necessary action with regard to the possible approval of the security camera installation for the new PK5 elementary school. Do I have a motion, please?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 approve the bid from Oakview Technologies for the security camera installation for the new pre-K5 elementary building.
Okay, we have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Brandon. Mr. Alexander.
Sure. So as you know, and we've tried to keep you informed, we've worked our way through the vetting process of requesting RFPs for security and surveillance equipment at the new elementary school. We elected to act as the construction manager for this portion of the project because it's so much easier to control when it's in our hands with the technology equipment that we already have and can take forward over to the elementary school. So that's why we decided to do that, outside of the fact that it saves us the 2.5% of construction management fees, but that's another point. It just worked really well for us to be able to do that with our in-house experts from ESU5 who already know our technology system. So we advertised for RFPs. A notice went out in the 1st of March with a due date of April 1. We received 3 requests back, or 3 proposals back. Oakview Technologies was one of 2 companies that visited the site and provided a quote, and it was also the lowest responsible bidder. So therefore, we recommend Oakview Technologies as the provider for the installation of the security surveillance system at the new elementary school. I would just also note that with this package, we have also Dr. Nielsen and Ryan McDowell from ESU5 and myself have worked to write a grant through the Department of Education that we will find out the results of this week or next week, whenever they release that information, but it would cover the cost of this if we're awarded the whole amount. So we did write a grant. We're hoping that we can get this entire cost covered through that grant proposal as well. Any questions?
Only question I have, were local vendors given the opportunity to respond?
Yes, they were, and 2 of the 3 event people that put in an RFP, we're local vendors, so,
And where is Oakview out of?
here.
Oh, there, okay.
Yep.
So no concerns with maintenance issues that pop up? Good.
Nope.
Any other questions around the security camera proposal? All right, seeing none, can I have your votes, please? And motion passes. All right, next up, administrator's report. We will start with high school update. Mr. Suter and Mr. Voigt, I think.
Yeah, love my handouts.
I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak to you tonight. I want to visit with you about our job and career fair that we have coming up on April 19th. Won't take a lot of time. Last year was our first year of holding the career fair. This is a partnership that we formed with Engage as an effort to introduce our scholars to area businesses and expose them to face-to-face conversations with business leaders in our community. It benefits our students in our community in identifying potential workforce, sharing of jobs and types of work being done in Beatrice, and basic recruitment of potential workers. We want to continue this in the future. By us doing this connects to our strategic plan. It connects in the strategy number 4, action plan number 1, action steps 7, 8, and 9, and specifically in step 8, which says we will continue to explore new and strengthen existing internships, apprenticeships, and job shadowing opportunities. And number 9, that states that we shall search for new partnership opportunities to aid career development and future employment. So we do this for a purpose. It connects back to our strategic plan, which I know is important to our school board members and the growth of our district. We hold it in the O-Zone. This year we have 32 businesses and military branches that have signed up to be there and be represented. It'll run from 11:20 to 1:20 on Friday, April 19th. All of our students will have the opportunity to attend during their 30-minute lunch, and we will utilize our FBLA students, future business leaders, to prompt students to get up from their lunch table and go into the O-Zone and interact with the folks that are in there. A couple of neat things that we do, not only the FBLA members are going to be involved, but our family consumer science students and Miss Tracy, Tiffany Tracy, are involved. They're providing a lunch to the 32 businesses and military representatives. They're making gluten-free Italian pasta, potato salad, tortellini salad, 5 different salads, 5 different cookies and cakes. They're going to have sandwiches, ham, turkey, and chicken, and a fruit platter.
When is this?
So, good thing for our family consumer science students to have a chance. Those students are students that are working with possibly the idea of going into culinary. So again, another opportunity for them to do event planning. Last year, after we did this, here's just some information for you. We sat down with Engage and we surveyed the folks that attended the job career fair. We actually had 9 Beatrice High School students that were contacted by businesses that were there after they left their name and so forth, and they were gainfully employed by businesses in our community. So this had a residual effect by 9 of our students getting hired by businesses and companies that were in there and were representing there. What you have in front of you, we utilized a punch card last year. We wanted students to interact with the businesses, not just to go in and grab the free things or the candies or whatever they might have at their tables, but to actually interact. Again, with working with Engage and the businesses that were there last year, we decided to take that up a step, and what you see there is the punch card, but then on the back side, we worked with Engage on some sample questions that we would like our students, our scholars, to ask the businesses or the employers that are there. And you can see those, those are just examples of 6 different questions that they can ask as introduction questions and then go from there. So I think that'll be a nice addition. What we did last year, after they talked to 5 different companies, they got the company to write their initials or stamp on each of these 5 different spots, the student name. Once the student got that done, they turned that in to us, and we gave some prizes away. We had a large screen television. We had some donated gifts from the businesses that come, and we've encouraged them to do that again. I think the majority of them are doing that this year. We had some gift cards, and we had some handout items that were donated to us. So our students, by doing this, getting their name on it, getting 5 businesses they interacted with, asking these questions, can turn it in, and they get the chance to have their name drawn for some prizes. You'd be surprised what a motivator that is for our students. We'll do that again, and it's grown. I think we have more prizes this year than we did last year. Again, what I want to stress is that we didn't just do this and then stop. We went back to those companies and said, what can we do to improve? What information do we have? And they came back with these questions. In our bulletin, if you ever look at our school bulletin, quite frequently we advertise in there, or we tell our students about jobs that are in the community. But we don't think that there's ever a better way for a face-to-face interaction to take place, for our students to actually see people that work for those companies, to see the company logo, to see the table set up with some of the information that they have, handouts, and whatever they might be able to share. And so we want to do this. It was beneficial last year, and I know Mr. Voigt feels strongly that he'll continue it next year in my absence. I want to thank the businesses and the military representatives that are participating. I appreciate the time that they're taking to work with our scholars. We hope that the employees and the businesses can find some help, find some employees within our student body, and they can value their offerings. We appreciate the partnership with Engage. It's a good partnership. We want to continue working with Engage and try to do what we can as a school to help our students transition after high school with career opportunities. And it's a good partnership that we formed with them. Also, it helps our work-based learning program. Some of these kids that got, those 9 kids that did get jobs, were able to transition those into work-based learning and earn school credits as elective credits that help them graduate and earn those elective credits that in some cases are very much needed. So it's overall a very good thing. We are open to more entries. If there's information in the paper or anything or on the radio tomorrow that could people hear it and say, hey, we'd like to jump in, we want to be one of those 32, we would still accept some entries. The only thing is you might have to bring your own table. We don't have any more tables. We would start at 11 o'clock. We want the businesses to be there at 11 o'clock. You'll check into the office. You'll fill out our visitor to school protocols, get a visitor badge. We'll serve you lunch at 11 o'clock, and we start at 11:20. So we would ask any companies that are out there still that maybe not have heard about this or signed up yet, please contact me tomorrow or whenever at the high school, and we'll see what we can do to help you. I want to thank everyone involved for making this happen at Beatrice High, our custodians for setting up the gym, setting up all those tables, the ones we have, plus the tables that the companies might bring in. Our guidance counselors have done a nice job with this. Our teachers, our business and military guests, again, Engage and Mr. Voigt. So any questions you might have of us?
Well, sounds like a great opportunity.
Yeah, I'll just say that I attended last year and I thought it went great, and that's on the basis of years of involvements and participation at the university level with all their career fairs. So I just really praise you, and anything I can do to help. Unfortunately, I'll be out of the country when you have it this year.
Well, geez, maybe Doris can come out and have a cookie for you. I appreciate your support as a board. It's a good thing, something that we wanted to do last year, and I think last year I believe we had 30 businesses and representatives there, and we're 32, and maybe we'll have some more. So I think it can get bigger and bigger, and it works out well. We can position it right during lunch. Our students can eat lunch and then go, and it's not just going in there to grab candy and stress balls and those kind of of things that might be given away. It's actually interact and to form relationships with the businesses that are there. And again, I think we should be proud that 9 of our kids got jobs out of it. It's a good deal. So.
Good.
Thanks.
All right, thank you guys. Next up, Superintendent report.
Okay, so just a few upcoming items to have on your radar screen. Mr. Suter and Mr. Boyd have been working with a committee on discussions about cell phone usage in next year's school year, and have some ideas. It's a discussion that's been happening all across the state. We've talked about it a little bit amongst ourselves, but at the committee of the whole meeting here coming up in April, we'll delve into that. I can see that as a series of discussions where we talk about it, kind of see what we do currently, what is the proposal is, and then from that develop any further ideas, discuss it again, and then probably have some concluding discussions to be ready for the 24-25 school year and how we maneuver cell phone usage at our high school. So that's upcoming. Also upcoming, as you know, with Mr. Suter's departure and Mr. Voigt's appointment to the high school principalship, that left a void in the assistant principalship category. So we did collect a pool of candidates for that position. We interviewed 3 candidates, and the same format as we used for the principal position. We had a group of administrators and a group of teachers that both conducted interview questions, got together afterwards and talked about strengths and weaknesses of the candidates and which one they thought rose to the top. So we appreciate the time it takes for our teachers to be part of that process, because when they do that, they have to find a sub and they have to create lesson plans for the substitute. But it's very vital in the whole process of making sure that we select the best candidate for the job. I'm very excited to announce that we've offered the contract for the high school assistant principalship to Mr. Dylan Kendall, who's one of Beatrice's own graduates. So we're bringing one home, and we're excited about that. He did a stellar job at the interview process, was the unanimous decision of the 2 groups to offer the contract to. So he is currently at Papillion La Vista Public Schools. Talked to him today, and they have agreed to, at this point, we don't see any reasons why he wouldn't be let out of his contract or anything like that. That's always a concern this time of year because we're that close to the end of the year, and will people be able to get out of their contracts, but he didn't foresee any issues there. So we will be bringing that to you next month also to formalize. And I'd just like to extend a thank you to Homestead National Park for their work today with our students and the donation of the 1,500 pairs of solar eclipse glasses. That happened like Friday, we found out. So Dr. Nielsen was running around to buildings today delivering sunglasses and making sure our kids could get out and see a part of that. And then they also provided some telescopes and things like that for our middle school students to see. So just a neat way to be part of the community, and we appreciate Homestead National Park for doing that. In terms of a building update at the new building, the exterior of the building is about 95% complete. We are talking about punch lists on the exterior portion of the building. There's still some things that have to take place, but you will start seeing some more changes take place out there in the next 2 months as we start to see seeding go in, grass seeding and irrigation and all that start to go in the next couple weeks. Level 1 framing and drywall is 99% complete. The building, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing is in process. Approximately 85 to 90% of the rough-in is complete throughout the entire building. So on the inside, it is starting to look more like a school versus a construction site. And it's great progress to see. We'll have another tour coming up. They anticipate that the carpeting will start going in about mid-May. And so once that gets in, then we'll probably be organizing another visit for the board to go through the building again. April 26th, there's 2 key items I just want to make you aware of. We will have the district recognition retirement for our employees that will be retiring. We will recognize them, and information will be coming forward about the times and locations for all that. And then there's also organizational meetings with the PK 5 and 612 and their building levels to start the planning process for next year. So that professional development day is reserved for those two items that's upcoming, and we will have information for you on times for that if you'd like to be part of that retirement recognition. So that's all I have, unless there's other questions.
All right, thank you. Next up, notification of next meeting. The next regular meeting of the Board of Education will be May 13th, 2024 at 7 p.m. in the Administration Building. The Committee of the Whole meeting will be April 25th, 2024 at 6 p.m. in the Administration Building. An agenda for the meeting, which shall be kept continually current, is readily available for public inspection at the Superintendent's office during normal business hours. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I move that the Board of Education of District 15 adjourn.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Eric. Your votes, please. We are adjourned. Thank you. Very efficient.
I did talk. You're not here? Hey, how fun. I sure hope that they have birthday cake for you and everything else.
Done it long enough and 25 years. It's really